This space was downloaded via spacesdown.com. Visit to download your spaces today.
Hey, how are you? I don't know if it's Spanish or not, but this is my talk in the Go Party 3 weeks ago.
Bien, le damos la bienvenida a la primera charla del día, Daniela Roberto Gil.
Hola, buen día, ¿cómo están? Vengo a hablarles de un tema que probablemente no escuchen mucho en conferencias de seguridad, y son cosas que realmente pasan en la vida de alguien que está en el mundo de esta industria, pero no se hablan, hay muchas cosas que realmente no nos enseñan en la universidad. Lo que sí nos enseñan es que tenemos que actuar de forma ética en todo momento, pero algunas veces hacemos cosas que estamos convencidos que son la cosa que debemos hacer, la cosa correcta, y los resultados no son los que esperamos y nada, y nos preguntamos qué pasó. Y bueno, esa es mi historia básicamente, y voy a comenzar con un pequeño videito.
El sistema informático alerta de intento de ataque a su servidor, todo lo que fue denunciado ante las autoridades competentes. Una semana más tarde, el 8 de febrero, la mutualista recibió un correo electrónico conteniendo amenazas de divulgar información confidencial de las historias clínicas de los afiliados con HIV positivo a través de redes sociales y prensa, y que para evitar esto la institución debía abonar cierta cantidad de bitcoins, una moneda de uso virtual. El hombre que extorsionó a la mutualista tiene 41 años y es ingeniero informático, además de experto en seguridad informática. La justicia lo procesó por un delito de conocimiento fraudulento de documentos secretos, con un delito de extorsión en grado de tentativa. Cabe destacar que es la primera vez que sale a la luz un caso de extorsión con moneda virtual.
Bueno, esa persona que fue procesada con prisión fui yo. No me lo esperaba. Todo comenzó en el 2014. Mi expareja era socia o es socia de ese proveedor de servicios de salud. Y un día de octubre del 2014, estando en su casa, me dice: ¿te animás a entrar a la página de la mutualista y reservarme la hora con un especialista, no recuerdo qué? Y nada, me da la dirección, entro a la página y me dice: ¿te doy el usuario y contraseña? Y le digo: no es necesario, ya estoy adentro. Me dice: ¿lo qué? No, ya estoy adentro y como administrador. ¿Perdón? Sí, ¿y cómo hiciste? No, puse admin en usuario y admin en password y le di enter y entré y tenía permiso de administrador. Ok. Ay, Dios, 200.000 registros médicos en ese sistema. No solamente eran los registros de los pacientes, sino también información financiera del mutualista, información de stock de medicamentos. Todo lo que quieras de la mutualista se podía acceder de forma total, o sea, estaba jodido. Era una bandera roja, una alarma, había que hacer algo, o sea, y lo que hice fue lo que siempre hago normalmente. En este caso, mandé un mensaje a el cert@cert.ui, diciendo: ok, me accedí a este sistema de tal IP con tales credenciales y pude entrar como administrador. Fue un sábado, lo cual es interesante porque en menos de una hora el director del CERT me respondió confirmándome de que el reporte era correcto, había confirmado de que lo que decía era así, y nada, nunca había, si bien reportado un montón de cosas al CERT y a otros lugares, una respuesta tan rápida y de ese estilo no recuerdo haber recibido jamás. Por lo tanto, una vez que hice eso y recibí esa respuesta, ya no era más mi problema, por suerte, porque era un problemón. Se tenían que cagar ellos de solucionarlo. O sea, cuando uno reporta incidentes, uno no tiene por qué recibir ningún tipo de explicación ni seguimiento de nada. Uno simplemente lo reporta y se olvida. En Uruguay además no existen programas de pop-anti. Ni esperes que te den las gracias. O sea, si lo haces es simplemente porque querés ayudar a alguien y te parece que es lo que tenés que hacer.
También es
Más que nada siempre es por el hecho de que pensás, vos lo descubriste, ok, lo reportás, si no alguien
para
lo va a
después
descubrir
compartir mi
que
aprendizaje.
vos, y esa persona no sabes qué va a hacer con eso. Entonces, ese creo que es el principal, la principal motivación por la cual alguien hace eso, como lo hago yo de forma, lo hacía de forma constante, porque,
Poema.
bueno, y bueno, justamente en este servidor este proveedor de servicios de salud, yo no lo formaba parte de ese servidor, o sea, a mí no me influía para nada, o sea, el reportarlo no me afectaba para nada la vida, pero igual no podía no hacer nada. Ok, pero me olvidé de eso, pasó, 2014, abril de 2015.
Sí.
Mi pareja me dice, Alberto, ¿podés ingresar al servicio médico para no sé qué cosa? Y yo no aprendo más y le dije, bueno, está bien. Esa vez entré al servicio médico y esta vez fue peor todavía. En 10 minutos más o menos me pude dar cuenta de que podía acceder a todos los registros médicos.
How are you guys? Hey, Juan Jose.
Hi, Alberto.
How are you, Azure?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Not too bad, thank you.
You're good. Oh, sorry. What were you playing? Your
Yeah, I was listening to my presentation. Yeah, I actually have no idea whether the person who is here speaks Spanish or not. But he was on leave, so I assume he didn't bother.
I don't know if Hexor does. I don't think he does.
No, he does not. How are you, Hexon? But I can tell that probably from his name, Juan Luis, right? I cannot. Juan Jose, sorry, can probably understand Spanish. What are you up to, Azure? Are you
Chilling.
home, working?
Yeah, just chilling, not working. Just chilling. Chilling. What have you been up to?
Yeah, watching the first match of the World Cup. Really boring.
Working, did you say?
No. So World Cup of soccer. Yeah,
You woke
I'm a
up.
man as well. Soccer, men running.
Soccer. You've been watching
soccer. Yeah, football.
Football.
Come on, you don't say soccer.
We say football.
Yeah, I mean,
Football
you're English. You don't say foot. I mean, you don't say soccer.
No, we say football in England.
Yeah, no.
So what, you've been watching the football?
Yeah, I will tell you just in case you are not aware, there's an event that is being held every 4 years that is called the World Cup of Soccer. This is an event that some people like and follow, and the world stops when that event is going on in most of the countries. So that's my little secret.
Yes, the World Cup
that is happening. That is happening right now. Yeah, as far as I know.
Yes, I believe so. So I hear. So.
Well, I have yet to find when Uruguay is going to play because I have no idea.
You've got no idea. I don't know, so don't ask me. So, sorry, Hexor, one sec. There you go.
Okay. With the problem with this closed captions, I cannot basically see the people requesting the microphone. It's really disgusting. But if, for example, Hexor was here next to you on the top, so I could see pending requests. So I can just click on his image and invite to speak. But otherwise, I cannot tell who is.
You can't
asking
see.
for the. No, I cannot see.
Oh shit.
I cannot disable the closed captions. I mean, they're always on, no matter whether they're on or off in my service.
Why can't you do that then?
If I knew, I would have done it.
Well, yeah, but I thought you would have known. So, I thought with your expertise, but...
Oh, come on, Azure, I have no expertise.
You have no expertise. Are you a man that knows nothing then?
I know nothing.
I know nothing. I know nothing. So what are you doing holding the space tonight? Are you bored or did you just fancy doing
No,
one?
actually, I was wondering, Samantha was sending me some messages that I didn't understand at all, so maybe she would like to join here and explain me things that I couldn't understand at all in the last days.
Oh, well, hopefully she might. What time is it? It's 10 past 10 over here. So it's not too
Yeah,
late.
probably. But
So
it's still late.
yeah, it's still late, but I don't know. Maybe she'll be in a bit. I don't know. Have you sent her a link to your space?
No, because I don't want to. It's too late, and I don't want to make her feel the pressure of entering here. So if she will,
Do you want?
she will get an alert.
Oh,
No, don't invite her,
okay.
please, because I don't want you to feel like she has to enter here now. Pure Samantha.
Okay. That's fine. Oh, there's lots of people coming and going.
Wow, who was that?
I don't
didn't
know.
recognize that.
Somebody called Rebecca. So I'm not sure.
Wow, that's a name that is not somebody who is crazy in InfoSec would have as a username, Rebecca.
No. Sorry, I'm just munching on some crisps.
Yeah, I could go get something to drink on her. And as you can guess, it will not be something with alcohol.
Not alcohol or with alcohol?
No, you know me, Azure. The answer is no, also no alcohol.
You don't drink, do you?
Really? No. I just drink from time to time, but I can perfectly live without drinking alcohol. Doesn't actually. I don't enjoy drinking alcohol. I just do it, but very, very rare in very rare occasion. Now I have to find my coffee. Oh, here it is.
Here she is. Look.
Oh,
Hello, Samantha.
hey Samantha, I cannot see you. I'm making myself coffee.
You didn't give her the right.
Hi, how are you? So,
I'm good, man. Invite her to.
Invite her to speak.
yeah.
Sam, would you like me to chuck you a mic?
You didn't give her right to speak in space.
She can speak anytime she likes.
Well, I can see there is a listener mode right now.
No, she doesn't want to speak. It's okay.
She doesn't. You want to speak or you don't want to speak?
Well, I saw a thumbs down and now a thumbs up, so I get in contradiction.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought it.
Samantha, do you? I will send you the microphone. You either pick it or not pick it. It's okay.
I did chuck her a mic, but she might not want to speak.
No, it's okay, Samantha. You don't want to speak.
I don't really want to speak right now.
Okay. You don't have to speak,
I
Samantha.
don't know why I need to speak. Do I need to speak? Why do I need to speak?
No. The other day I didn't understood anything about the messages I was getting about Alberto. I don't know what that you were looking for me, and I didn't understand what was going on.
Well,
But
this is
it's okay.
Hacksaw. He was scheduled to have a space with Rat and myself last night.
Oh.
He, if you remember, in August, when Black Hat was on and DEF CON, I was passing on some of his vulnerability finds because they were quite important. I believe one was to do with the London Stock Exchange. Is that correct?
No, actually, yeah. Well, there were many vulnerabilities that he were reporting and frustrated on what to do.
No.
One
From
of them was
Hacksaw, not me.
oh no. I mean, from him, don't you remember that he contacted me and we had a Zoom conference and he was showing me some stuff regarding his findings because they were
Oh, I didn't
not
know that
treated.
actually happened. Sorry,
Okay.
beg your pardon. Anyway, well, I'll let you carry on. Thank you.
We weren't really talking about much, Sam, to be fair. So
Well, no, I
Actually,
know
I
the
have no,
space has just opened up.
no,
But I'm
actually, I
just
have
in a
no topic of
really bad
conversation.
mood, and I'm trying to stay in a bad mood, and I'm finding it really hard.
Well,
you're trying to stay in a bad mood.
Yes,
Why?
I know that sounds really fucking weird, but
Why do you want to stay in a
because I
bad
do.
mood? But why?
Just because it's my prerogative.
Who's put you in a bad mood?
No, well, what hasn't fucking put me in a bad mood this weekend? Jesus.
Well, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're okay.
I'm
You're
sure
okay.
you know what I'm talking about. I'm sure.
Did when Hacksaw had that space, did you manage to talk or not?
Oh no, it just I can't remember which space it was that
You sent me
I said
a link
told her to
to
fuck
one.
off and she was a fucking bitch.
Yeah, that was the first one that I was
Maybe
in.
I did it
Yeah.
again then. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I was enraged. I think I left and Hacksaw closed the space.
I see.
I think.
I don't know because I was nodding off. I must admit I couldn't do no more. I was running out of steam.
Hey,
I
I
needed
got.
sleep.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
So I got a question for you. How do you see my skill set?
How do I what?
Yeah, how do you see my skill set? Like the things I had showed you.
Well, actually, I remember it was like probably September or August that you first contacted me with that initial issue. That remember it was in August where we have that conference with Zoom. Was it that time? After that, you sent me many other many other issues related to other systems that were vulnerable. So far, what you saw me was concerning. I mean, it was really pissing me off the fact that they were not treating you seriously or with respect. I think that you deserve respect. I don't see anything that you have done was from a technical point of view inaccurate or something like that. Of course, I didn't actually look at everything with all the details that would actually made me have a conclusion, but so far, nothing that you have shown me was something that I could say this person doesn't know what he's talking about. Actually, the opposite. You have shown me many things that were disturbing.
So,
That's a bit disconcerting.
according to your perception, how do you see my skill set? That's what I wanted to ask. Like, do you see me as a fucking experienced hacker or some kind of script kiddie? As there are many of them wandering here and there.
Well, I don't think you're a script kiddie. I don't think you're a script kiddie for sure.
So most of the thoughts on Twitter were trying to troll me that calling me some kind of extorter, and you have faced the same issue back then. I've been having a look at your tweets. So I don't think why these brainless guys show up and they try to talk you out of something which you are best at.
That's a good question. People in this community, I don't know if it's called egos, if called what. Many of the people that are around us do want to make others. I don't know. They just want to destroy others without even giving them the chance to without spending time to actually listen to other people. They are like gatekeepers that are like feel like have the power to do that just because they I don't know they can do it and they enjoy doing that. That is something disgusting. For example, the same with Samantha, and she's always saying that maybe she doesn't have certain credentials, but that doesn't mean that what she says shouldn't be taken seriously at all. And that really pisses me off. I mean, everybody should be heard and in the same way and respected. Most of everything being respected. In your case, I saw how some people started attacking you without any mercy. I mean, they really treat you in a very bad way with the tweets that you posted. The answers were really rude and without any respect. That is something that despite of anything else, I do not approve that kind of behavior.
I'm sorry, I feel like a right idiot now because I wasn't aware of all this stuff.
It's okay. Well, I just preserved the millions of Canadians from getting hacked, and I've been penetrating their infrastructure. There were some hardware-based vulnerabilities and some web-based in Rogers. And when I reported them, their team was actively in touch with me. And after that, they just ghosted me as they had promised a bounty or some kind of a job with me. So I'm a bit curious, like what kind of trolls are in this industry and why they are so narcissist. So they want to hide their insecurity and don't want somebody to reveal something bad is going to happen. And all they care about is they're about fucking fake image and their fan following. It's something like that, man. So we need to fix this thing for our upcoming generation. Otherwise, cyber industry is going to be some kind of chaos for average people.
Yeah, hold on. Let me change the title of the space because this is a very interesting topic.
So what do you propose to do to fix that?
They were clueless. They had no idea how to fix it, and they were fucking like degree holders and brainless team of cyber defense group called so like something like that. And they were so-called so fucking cyber professionals, which doesn't have any kind of idea. They didn't knew how to fix the vulnerability to, so they have to shut down all the company for 3 or 4 days to figure out how we are going to fix it. I was going to get it done within about 20 to 30 minutes, but they didn't listen to me. They just wanted me to report. When I told them which servers were vulnerable, I had actually hacked into their Active Directory where all of their infrastructure was under my control. Like I could have done anything. I could have ransomed them. I could have exploited the information of normal users and their credit card informations. But I'm not a like guy. I'm not a guy like that. So I'm a bit confused, like what kind of behavior in cyber industry people got.
Yes. Well, we did have a lot of this discussion last night without you in terms of disclosure and problems coming out of it, but obviously that was Rat. Oh, he's just messaged actually. I haven't got my glasses on, which is not helpful. But we did talk about different elements of regulation, but not government regulation, but an association. You know, we need some form of governing body that is able to audit and possibly here he is. Here's Rat now. Sorry, I've lost my train of thought now. Do you want to give Rat the mic?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
You might
welcome, Rat.
remember better than I. Sorry, I've been unusually for me. I have been drinking a little bit, so I'm sorry about that.
You're cool.
Yeah, but it's not cool because I feel quite pissed, and I've only had a few sips.
You don't sound it. You sound all right.
Do I not? Oh, I feel like I'm slurring.
No,
I
you're
feel
not.
like
You're
I
all
should
right.
go and grab some 6-pack to start drinking. This is a good moment to start drinking. Hey, rat. There's a rat in the kitchen.
I'm literally in the kitchen, yeah. How did you know? Stop spying on me.
Because I'm a hacker. I'm a hacker. That's obvious, my friend.
And it's okay.
Hi,
By the way, I know.
Don't want any rats in the kitchen, Rat. Hi, Rat.
Yeah, like Ratatouille. they say that movie is
There's a
based
rat
on.
in the kitchen. What I'm gonna do? There's a rat. Sorry, that's
That's
a
it.
really
That's how it
shitty
goes.
UB40 song, isn't it?
Yeah.
If anybody sees a rat and thinks about putting down rat poison, we're gonna have a problem. I'm just saying.
Yep. Sorry, I have done that in the past. Sorry, rat.
It's okay. You
Well,
didn't
I
know
haven't
how
put
cool
down
you
the
were back
poison.
then. You know,
So,
breathtaking.
I've got an excruciating rat story actually as well myself, but I will keep that to myself. Anyway, let's not sidetrack, because Hacksaw was just unloading his issues.
oh yes.
So we're just coming back to last night. I was just trying to circle around what we discussed last night, Rat, when he was unavailable, just to catch him up. I don't know whether you can help me out with that, because I've had a few swigs of amaretto.
Can I just say one cool story about rats, though? Like, did you guys know that there are rats right now that are literally fucking killing each other, going at each other's throats and shit like that? Because, like, restaurants are closing down due to that COVID shit and God knows what, and economic stuff. And because the restaurants are closing, rats are losing their natural habitats and shit like that. So now they're fighting for food.
That's a bit of a worry, isn't it? But
Yeah.
thanks for sharing all the same. I'm sure it's true. If I sound like I'm mocking you, I don't mean to.
Oh no, it came on Joe Rogan even, like, recently. I think he talks about it.
You know, I was just trying to give Hacksaw a brief summary of the fact that we had the disclosure discussions and we talked about the various options, and I can't remember the name of your friend who joined us from Africa. Neil,
And
is it?
Yeah, I think IT Junkie Labs or something like that.
Yes.
IT Junkie Labs, yeah.
Yeah, so we were just talking about different ways that we can scrutinize manufacturers of devices, because ultimately somebody has to pay something in terms of towards some kind of organization that can monitor Azure. Was quite interesting, because somebody brought up, I think it was Rat actually, about the kite mark that you have on products in the UK and throughout the European Union.
Yeah.
And they are safety features for children.
Yes.
And we were talking about the various viral not marketing videos, but videos that consumers have posted on Facebook. Well, there was one particular one a little while ago that a mum caught her baby being communicated with by a hacker through some kind of intercom system.
Baby monitor.
And the mum went mad, and it went, you know, and obviously that's great marketing, not nice to happen, but we were just saying that perhaps the kite, you know, where do the standards sit with something like a kite mark that is approved for child safety?
Yep.
And what? Yeah, just thought it'd be an interesting avenue to explore.
Yeah.
Anybody that knows anything about law, hint, hint. Well, I know you're a nurse, but just the people you may associate with.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't answer that one, but obviously
I wasn't expecting you to answer it. I was just planting the seed in your head.
No, the seed's already been planted, because I've already seen that type of stuff already. Like with the baby comms, is that what you mean? You know, like the intercoms?
No, I mean from a legal standpoint.
Oh.
You know, what does that mean? You know, in the UK we have the stamp, isn't it? It's a kite mark.
The kite mark. Yes.
And I don't know whether it's that one specifically, but there is one. It's literally about child safety.
But is the kite mark for the actual equipment itself, or is it for? It might not be for the. It might be for the. I don't know what it entails. If that makes sense. I don't really know
too much about these things, and that's why I was exploring. But there are different elements of the standards that have to be hit, and because it's an electrical item, it will have to have. Rat, do you want to carry on? Because I know you know a little bit more about this.
Yeah, you guys were perfectly on track. Like the ground wire has to be set up correctly so you can get electrocuted, but also shit like the toxicity of the plastic,
This space was downloaded via spacesdown.com. Visit to download your spaces today.
for example, because there was like this one big scandal where people were buying toys off of Wish.com, and it turned out the plastic was making the children infertile. And it had a CE mark on it, but the spacing between the C and the E was just a little bit bigger than the real CE mark, and there's nothing stopping companies from doing that either. Like, that's not really illegal.
Wow. I didn't know
Even
that.
if it were illegal, like, let's be real, what Chinese manufacturer is going to hold to like European laws in that regard?
Well, this is true.
Sorry, no, I was just going to say, and of course, we don't even come under the European law now either, as you and I in the UK here. I don't know how that will play out either. But sorry, carry on.
It's also really easy to fake these things, of course, which is definitely gonna be like, if we implement something like this, we also have to think about checking it and checking if it is really legit, what is being put on products. Like, but it's important to think about baby equipment, of course, but also, like we were talking about yesterday, Samantha, about medical equipment. That would be like I think we all agree that that can be the number one priority, is to certify medical equipment with some kind of cybersecurity certification. Oh man, it's horrible if you think about the fact that we sometimes put in like pacemakers with Bluetooth hacks that happen because they have like Bluetooth, which is like 6 versions older than the current standard. Jesus.
I've got a friend that's got the one for diabetes. Yeah, so it's definitely something you want to keep an eye on.
Is that the pump, that self-administers insulin?
No, she's got it attached to her arm, and it tells
Yeah.
you if it doesn't have the insulin pumping into it. It tells her in her phone if her sugar is going up or down.
If her sugars, yeah, it's that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it tells you a false reading and she goes and eats a bunch of sugar, then she's kind of having a medical situation, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Are those run on Bluetooth? I haven't seen many of them over here yet. So, do those work on Bluetooth or yeah? Okay.
Yeah, it's a little sensor she puts in. It lasts, I think, a week to 2 weeks. And then she replaces it. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that anything goes in the body in just the same way. This is what we were saying as well, and I'm sure I've said it many, many times before. But medication does not just go on the shelves. It has to go through years of rigorous testing to make sure that it's safe. How come something that you put in your body to keep you alive, quite often more serious than some medications that you would take prescribed from a doctor, how come those items don't have any standards set against them before they go into your body, let alone tested for other possibilities?
Good point. But
that's even like,
I remember them passing some bills. I can't remember exactly what they were, but when I was looking for the injectable like nano stuff, I did come across some bills that were being passed or introduced into Congress. I can try to find them, and if I do, I can post them up in a little bit.
The trouble is, every country will have different laws on it, I should think.
Yeah, and if they're introduced, it doesn't mean they're actually intact yet.
Yeah.
But still, we're supposed to be in Western democracies where things like this, it is noticed. Please, if somebody can give me one reason to say why a medical device like a heart, what do they call them? The heart
pacemakers.
Pacemaker, something like that is placed in your body to keep you alive. Why that should not be or be subjected to severe security testing before those products are released onto the market? I mean, it makes no sense to me when we know
But
what we do and how exploitable these things are.
I can probably answer that, kind of, but don't hold me to my answer because it might be wrong.
Don't shoot the messenger, you mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm not the messenger,
ahead.
but I should think they probably haven't. They might have looked at that aspect of the security side, possibly, of it, but I don't know if they would have done, if that makes sense.
But they should have done, don't you think? Don't you think?
Agreed. Knowing what I
years
know now, yes. Knowing what I know now, but as a medical professional, probably previous to knowing all of this stuff, then, you know, at the end of the day, doctors and hospitals are being sold these products, or being advised to use these products, but did the actual company that are making these products, do they actually know also the implications or the possibilities of what could also happen with these products? Exactly. So do they know? Is it just naivety, or you know, not naivety, it's the wrong word. Are they unaware of you know, what the potential could be?
It's risk over money, always.
Yeah.
Well, Azur, I think the device itself is going to be pretty standard for like 8 to 10 years or however long they need the device working. It's just the Wi-Fi part that's constantly changing because of the hacking abilities, the security upgrades, et cetera, et cetera. So
it's not just the Wi-Fi though, is it? It's the software that runs that device as well, potentially, because I bet they've all got firmware. Have they? Would they not, Alberto, Rat, Hacksaw? Whoever wants to answer that question.
Sorry,
I was eating cornflakes. What was the question?
Not one of them was fucking listening.
I was watching the review of the soccer match earlier, so I'm now sorry. But was it the question, Samantha, really?
It was just the fact that it's not just the Wi-Fi that makes a device in the body vulnerable.
Well,
it will have software and potentially firmware in it as well, won't it?
All the design of the device, exactly. It's not just the having Wi-Fi or not Wi-Fi. It's all the design. Basically, imagine if it had coded some kind of trigger that after 2 years of working, it would stop. It doesn't need any connectivity. Somebody has to review that code that is running there.
Like, I totally agree with you on that, Alberto. But I think one major thing that a lot of people don't take into account enough is that you need to segment and air gap everything that you don't want to have exposed. Like, I have my security cameras at home as well, but they're only accessible from the internal network through a VPN. And I know it sometimes sucks that if I just want to see my normal camera, that I literally have to VPN in sometimes. But yeah, like, just that air gap already makes it like 100 times more secure, because then they first need to get that VPN access.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think Samantha wanted to point out that is not only, I mean, a security review should be approached from a much higher level than just issuing things as being connected, having external connectivity or not. It should be addressed from the beginning, from the design, thing that probably never happened, or not. It's not what has been happening in most of the cases. Imagine, if I'm not wrong, well, we have already discussed this regarding having a signal scramble next to a person with a pacemaker. I wouldn't like to be running that and turning that on when a person is having that device in their heart. Yeah, we have already discussed this a long time ago, I think, and it's scary, but accidentally or not, we can cause a lot of damage to people. Actually, we can kill people because of things that haven't been thought in advance. And again, the same things keep happening. New things are starting to be available in the market, just for health industry, any other industry, Internet of Things, such as a bell outside my house that you can ring my bell, or you can have a camera. And yeah, then it comes all the security thing that were not considered when designing that, but only after somebody else figured out how to exploit them, they said, "Oops, caramba, ay caramba, we didn't consider this. Oops." Again, the same story repeats again. It was certain things weren't considered from the start, and it's like we never learned the lessons. All the things are keeping repeating, all the stories being all over again being repeated, and I can see it in front of my eyes.
Yeah, but like the problem is that, and I agree with you, by the way, of course, with both of you, that we need to do a lot more early thinking about our security designs. But like you pointed out very rightfully before as well, is that doctors will be sold old technology. It's just the way it works. It's cheaper that way to put in a Bluetooth module that's older than a newer Bluetooth module. And like from that point, I think it, at some point we have to start. Like I just think that we're wasting a lot of valuable time as humanity arguing over nonsense and like you guys say, putting stuff into people that it probably isn't tested the way it should be.
But
Yeah,
what you also got to remember is, right, that they're doctors, they're medical, not technical. That's the thing. They're being sold a product and not, they're looking from a patient's perspective and possibly not from the security aspect of it. If that,
But
but
then
like
somebody should
the
be,
IT aspect of it,
they should
possibly.
be.
I'm saying
Yeah.
this. I don't know because I'm not there. If that makes sense, So I could be speaking a load of gobbledygook. So if anybody's in the room that wants to correct me, please
yeah,
do.
no, I have to tell you, for example, after all these things regarding medical information being part of systems that are information systems, okay, many organizations have started launching, I don't know, certifications in order to deal with this kind of scenarios, such as the ISC Square launched the HCSP certification that is basically for health information security and privacy practitioners. There are professionals that are being able to actually evaluate and have those things that are being created regarding to health industry and all these devices, and okay, do a research and basically say, okay, this device has have these security issues. The risk involved on using these devices are this. So there are people that are actually able to be somebody who can prevent those things to be put into the body of a person without having that information about what would it mean doing that without any kind of correction on what's been already created with probably certain flaws. So these professionals should really play an important role in all the health industry when it comes to all these new things that are going on. They should really have a very relevant role in all this changing scenario about health industry and new devices that can be really dangerous if you don't take into account security.
But does when you're talking about the mark of certification, which we were talking about earlier anyway, is that just the mechanical parts of the equipment, or would that cover the software?
No, this is basically if I'm not wrong, this certification is only focused on how to handle medical records and things regarding to a management system of information.
Oh, I see. Sorry.
Yeah, regarding to privacy, most of all, and those kind of records, it's not intended in particular to divide. I mean, okay,
that's the data that's transmitted. You're talking about, is it?
yeah, hold on. this certification is ideal for information security professionals charged with guardian protected health information, PHI, including those in the following positions: compliance officers, information security manager, privacy officer, compliance auditor, risk analysis, medical record supervisor, information technology manager, privacy and security consultant, health information manager, practice manager.
So we have something to build on, but that's clearly doesn't cover all the aspects that we've
No,
even sniffed
exactly.
across this evening, does it? So
Yeah,
and
but
would they have firmware? I mean, I guess it depends on the item, but depends.
well,
I
when it
hear
comes
that
to
that's a
risk
very common
analysis, I
word
think
in
that the
firmware.
risk,
Depends.
yeah, I mean, depending on when it mentioned risk analysis, okay, it's all about risk at the end and the risk of having certain kind of security issue in the at a circuit or firmware level of a device is a risk that
Is it a
should
risk
be.
they're considering though? Because firmware hasn't
No,
been on
depends.
the
That depends on that depends on who are performing this kind of risk analysis. They can either consider that as part of the scope or not. Unfortunately, I think
it's
that
so complex, isn't it?
well,
It's just so full of holes.
no, the thing is that the criteria of those who are performing these kind of things is can be so different that all this kind of things are like, okay, they are not 1 or 0, white or black, depends on the people that are performing them. And if the person who is performing this thinks that a firmware or a circuit level problem is very unlikely to happen, the risk involved with that will be based on the perception of that person, which is
exactly. Who determines the risk of how likely something is to happen? Because
the expert,
whoever they are, depending on their actual security knowledge.
Yeah, depending on, I mean, you have to. The risks are should be actually evaluated by experts in each field. So if there's nobody who is aware of how a firmware or a firmware level risk is really important, and what it involves not to take into account into an analysis, a risk analysis is very high, then well, that is the expert within inverted commas point of view regarding this. That is the expert, and that is very sad if they consider that. But again, I don't know, there are many other things to take into account when performing all this. It's not only the person who considers this irrelevant or not relevant, or how likely it is to happen, a firmware level vulnerability. Is it worth making the analysis in terms of risk involved? Well, for me, yeah, I know that I wouldn't discard. I mean, it's a must to include those kind of things in every solution that are involving hardware. But you know, Samantha, that for many other experts, they might not consider it like a scenario that is pretty likely to be important.
Well, I doubt they will, because it's really only come onto the threat landscape in the more public cyber domain in the last 12 months, I would say. I'm not saying that obviously there's lots of other people that are aware of it and have been shouting about it for much longer than that, but I think it's just ramped up, certainly since the Ukraine war, because, well, yeah, that's just how I see it. So that's good, but still not enough people know. And it's the manufacturers of these things, isn't it, that we need to target.
Yeah, Paolo, I would like to say hi to you. Welcome. I'm sorry I didn't see your request. Are you there, Paolo? No, you're probably not there.
I'm worried we've diverted from Hacksaw's points as well, because perhaps we should give him the chance to come back and start again with that. Please.
That sounds fair. Yeah. So basically, Samantha, you were talking about certain things with Rat and other people that are related to what Haxor mentioned earlier, right?
Well, we were just talking about the different, how do we overcome some of the disclosure problems? And then you've got obviously the bug bounty, and then you've got, the companies that just trying to report. They might not have a bug bounty, but just trying to report a vulnerability, and how hard it is for cybersecurity researchers to do that, and the responses that they get are generally negative. And obviously many companies want, the bigger they are, the more they want to cover it up, because of course it's a marketing hell for them. And we need some kind of association that I think pen testers should be certified in some way. And I don't mean in a testing or a learning capacity that they have to pay thousands of pounds or dollars or whatever to get a certification. I mean, there should just be a set standard that a pen tester who is accredited should be able to, his knowledge should be able to achieve. And also that it encourages companies to disclose breaches, especially if that pen tester could have some kind of power in terms of enforcing the company to actually fix the vulnerability. Because we also have a big problem with companies just ignoring vulnerabilities and not caring about that. And we have no way other than publicly disclosing it, which doesn't necessarily work, unless you're a massive company like, Apple or Windows or whatever. They tend to just slip under the carpet, don't they? And that is not only bad for them, bad for their customers, it's bad for the whole world when you look at the different ways that these compromised devices can be harnessed and then used in other attacks. So it's important, I think, that we get a measure on that. And if that means pen testers have a boundary to work within, that's not, I know it's different on bug bounty and things are in scope and out scope, but we just need some standards, I think, that need to be hit so that everybody can feel safer.
With that being said, if anybody's looking for a platform to have their bugs disclosed because the company they're trying to report it to doesn't give a shit, feel free to let me know. Of course, don't expect to have something disclosed because the company isn't responding for 2 days. No, that's not the way it works. But if they have been unresponsive or uncooperative for months, I don't mind disclosing that shit. I'm very honest about that. I am totally against companies not taking their responsibility with my data.
Well,
I
I
got
can
a
see some stuff. Yeah,
multi-guy in my list.
sorry, Hassel.
I've got $1 billion worth companies in my list. Like they don't listen. S3C, which is one of the biggest giants in China, for making products like LED TVs, cell phones, motherboards, and Qualcomm chipsets. I got access to their servers and I tried to report them many times, but they're fucking brainless as hell and deaf.
So what are your suggestions on this? Do you have any that you want to?
There must be some kind of framework, like the government or something like that, or some kind of international platform which is going to enforce them. And if they don't comply, their license must be cancelled or some kind of penalty. Just because they put a million of people on risk and they don't give a shit about their customer data and anything. So they must be punished for that, according to my perception. It's always the company and its brainless cyber team responsibility whenever they get ransomed by hackers and whenever they get hacked, it's always their own fault.
Yes, does seem to be the way of the world, doesn't it? Sadly.
But don't you think you're never going to stop hacking, are we? But
I don't think anybody wants to stop that, though, do they?
You're never going to stop it. But you can put measures in to make it preventable, I guess, and you know, it's never going to end, but if you can enforce measures that are going to, you know, just help, just delay things a little bit, and I don't know.
It's about
it's not my field.
how people represent themselves in this world, though, isn't it? If they've been attacked, I think that's quite an important step that we have to make, because currently it's an embarrassment to get hacked, I think, or get ransom, although it's becoming much more common more recently. I think maybe not, although saying that, maybe it is, I think it is as prevalent in the UK. We just don't hear about it as much as we do in the US. I think the US have got much better at shouting about it, and a lot more consumers are aware. Maybe that's because a lot more of the medical facilities in the States have been attacked in the last year, and more public critical infrastructure type things, so they've made it to the news. But then I saw that article the other day about our government. You know, the majority of the recent COBRA meetings that they've called have been to deal with ransomware attacks, which I was like, really? Wow. So, you know, that's quite prolific, isn't it? Don't you think? As a, you know.
Yeah, sorry.
That's right.
I was looking at something else. Sorry.
But
Apologies.
do you read much about what's happening in the UK in terms of ransomware and stuff? Do you not think? I mean, the news that you do see, do you not think it's more American focused than British?
I'll be honest with you. This isn't my field.
No.
You know, it's not my field. So I have not dug into this area yet.
No, but I was just wondering, just generally what you see.
We probably are more American-based driven, purely the fact, I guess, because we do. You kind of all work together, don't you, or try, you know, so yeah, I don't know how to answer that one.
No, it's fine. I just thought, you know, as a fellow English person, obviously I don't think we see as much cybersecurity stuff. I mean, it's like that article I snapped out of a paper the other week about the NHS. I think I told you about the third-party NHS hack, actually, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
So
I think it's also like a value proposition. If I were to hack a nation, it would be the USA, because generally, like, there's bigger companies there. There's more to be had there when it comes to critical infrastructure and stuff like that. Like, if I were to be honest and I would like to hack critical infrastructure, I'd go straight for a fucking nuke or something like that. That's Soviet era nuclear technology, computers being still in use there, which you can destroy with a single fucking bullet sometimes. Like, that kind of stuff is much more susceptible to ransomware. That's one thing, but also just much more bigger of a target, you know?
Hey, Access and Alberto, would you like to join me on Zoom? I want to show you something.
I would love to, but I have to go to bed. It's midnight here.
Yeah,
I have to get up in 5 hours.
Multi-billion dollar forgotten day. Sorry.
Can we do it in about an hour?
Well, did you want to do it in the space while just one person was watching? Is that what you mean?
There's no screen in space. There is no option to share screen in space. We will have to do it on Zoom or something like where we can talk and share its screens.
But that's what I'm saying. Did you want to do that at the same time as being in the space, and then Alberto can talk us through anything whilst you're doing that?
I don't have any kind of problem. If they want to do it after space, then I'm here. If they want to do it right now, I'm here.
Well, I just was suggesting that as an idea, as I mean, I don't know. I don't know how we do that, but it's up to you guys, because I don't have Zoom, so I can't participate in that. But
yeah, actually, yeah, we can do that, no problem. But just give me 30 minutes more here, okay, Haxel?
no, that's what we're saying, Albert, about doing it whilst we're in the space.
Yeah, the thing is that I don't have Zoom in the device I'm in front of right now.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so yeah, give me some minutes. Yeah. Hold on, I will mute myself and I will get.
All right, don't panic. Sorry, I didn't realise. Can you give us an idea of what you want to show, Haxel?
Some of the vulnerable servers of multi-billion-dollar giants in the world.
Sorry, can you repeat that? I didn't catch the first bit.
Some of the vulnerable servers of multi-billion giant companies, which are hackable, and a million of their users can be hacked, and their credit card info and all kinds of things.
Blimey. And you've not been able to disclose this through any platform? Is this the same one or another one?
It doesn't matter. While the server is vulnerable, if someone else who got some kind of bad intention is going to hack, is definitely going to reveal it in front of the bad guys, or just going to ransom the companies or hack all the data and sell it on internet.
I see. So it's pretty bad then. So this is a vulnerability that you've found that can be used on a lot of different enterprise networks.
I think a lot of servers, like not only just a single company, but a lot. Alberto, have seen it. Would you like to tell them, Alberto, about that thing that I showed you recently?
I think he's actually faffing about trying to install Zoom so that he can connect with you and stay in the space. So he probably can't say about that at the minute, but
That's fine. Let me turn on my machine.
so Shellfish, how are you? We'll just chat amongst ourselves, shall we, for a moment?
Of course, I missed this space so much. I've been trying to mess around with like the tech that everybody's been giving me to kind of learn. So, how have you guys been? I've seen you in a few spaces actually, Azure.
Oh, it's Samantha speaking. Sorry, but yeah, sorry. Go on ahead.
Oh,
yeah, we're two different people.
Sorry, Samantha. Sorry.
That's fine.
I wasn't looking at the phone. I just heard the voice and I thought it was you. Sorry.
That's fine. Sorry. I can't say that name. Tristan, did you?
My name's Tristan, but if you put an N in front of it, it's interesting.
Sorry. Hi, Tristan.
What's up? I've known Albert for like ever since he's like started getting on spaces, and he hopped into the NFT community for a while, and then
Sorry, me bad.
Oh, I thought that was Albert that muted me. I was like, dude, I hope I didn't offend you, man.
No, somebody requested and then they declined
yeah, it's
it.
right near the button. You got to turn on the captions if you want it to be a little further, and then turn them off.
Oh God! Now the host is having connection issues, so the space is probably going to crash as he's trying to install Zoom. Whoops!
He's installing Zoom while he's on the spaces.
Yes. Well, yes. We just required that he did, and so it may well crash. So I apologise if it does, but
Zoom itself's pretty vulnerable to software.
Quite probably.
Isn't everything vulnerable?
Yes. Sadly.
But how far do you go? How far do you go with all of this?
Well, it goes down to the very root, Azure, and that's the sad problem that so you've got the firmware and you've got the drivers and you've got the supply chain.
Yeah, I appreciate where you're coming from, but I mean, you can't You can't not stop like downloading things if people need to communicate.
Well, no,
But
that's
can
that's
we?
yeah,
No, no, no.
absolutely.
I would just say you'd use a different avenue if you really were like communicating stuff that you didn't want people to know. But I mean, he's more open with his stuff, so I would think it wouldn't really matter. You're right, unless you have something that somebody wanted to take or use a vulnerability to get your stuff.
This space was downloaded via spacesdown.com. Visit to download your spaces today.